It's the fast food chain that doesn't serve burgers, fries, or pizza, and yet earns over $3 billion a year. Panda Express quietly dominated the quick service Asian food space with just orange chicken and chow mein. And it's not just luck. In today's video, we're diving into why Panda Express is so successful, its business strategy, branding, and the bold moves that helped it win over millions of customers. Welcome back to BizOne, where we break down the business behind some of your favorite brands. Let's get started. Now, Panda Express to me is good American food. I wouldn't classify it as Chinese food because if I were to go to China and ask for orange chicken or Beijing beef, they'd probably look at me pretty weirdly. But as a whole, I don't think Panda Express is that bad. I had it when I was in Hawaii, and the flavors I thought were pretty close to Chinese food. It's not fully Chinese food, but it's a catered down version for the American palate and taste. And if you look at it in that perspective, I think Panda Express has been able to be very successful by being uniquely themselves. Now, let's break down Panda Express's history. It all started in 1983 in Glendale, California. Andrew Chung, along with his father, had already built a sit-down restaurant that was doing pretty well. It was called the Panda Inn, but they saw an opportunity to bring Chinese American food into the fast food space, something almost no one was doing, and with good reason. Chinese food is not necessarily meant to be something that can be, delivered in 5-10 minutes. It's more of a sit-down type of meal, which is why for a long time, Chinese food was not necessarily accessible. It was meant to be served in a restaurant, sit-down setting, lots of different dishes, served on a lazy Susan, a big round table. But in a mall court food setting, it seemed almost impossible. The first Panda Express opened in a mall, and surprisingly, it actually quickly took off because this wasn't just fast food, it was a family business with a long-term vision. Unlike many chains, Panda Express remains privately owned to this day, and that independence gives it a huge edge, which we'll get into it later. Panda Express struck gold with one dish, orange chicken. Introduced in 1987, it became their signature dish. Sweet, crispy, tangy, it was engineered to appeal to the American palate, while still nodding to Chinese flavors. Deep fried with a crispy, sweet, orange sauce. And they kept the menu very simple, with crowd pleasers like Beijing beef. I remember eating mushroom beef, chow mein, and teriyaki chicken. But here's the key. They cook most of it fresh in store with real woks. Like, this is not frozen food that's deep fried and poured onto a plate. This is actually fresh ingredients, fresh cooking, and simple recipes that will be successful and hit well with the American crowd. This creates a perceived freshness that sets them apart from microwave and serve fast food. Plus, they update the menu with seasonal or test items like plant-based Beyond Orange Chicken to stay relevant. Panda Express first grew by targeting mall food courts where foot traffic was guaranteed. Then, they expanded the strategy to college campuses, airports, and then eventually standalone locations. This strategy turned out to be very successful, and by 2010, they were opening one new store every 3 days. Today, they have over 2,200 locations, and they've been extremely strategic about where to go. Instead of trying to be everywhere, they focus on dense, urban areas and spots where fast, consistent meals are in high demand. And you could go to a Panda Express restaurant or location and get a meal very quickly. You can even order online. So when I was in Hawaii, I ordered through Uber Eats, and I found the process to be very simple. Choose your 2 or 3 entrees, and then choose your sides. So I remember the meal being very tasty, big portions, and it was very filling. Now, in order to execute the strategy, one of their biggest advantages has to be their internal operations. They invest heavily in staff training and leadership development. Managers are paid very well, some make six figures, and employees get ongoing coaching. That's all because the company doesn't franchise. All locations are corporate owned. That means that the quality control is tighter, and they don't have to worry about franchisees cutting corners. And they've embraced technology. Like I mentioned, mobile orders, app rewards, and streamlined kitchen systems all make the experience faster and more convenient. And they're also able to tap into this data, information, and the orders history and really implement that into their internal controls and their processes. So they're able to see which dishes are popular, which dishes are in demand, and what consumers are preferring in terms of the menu options. Panda Express runs on more than just food. They push a unique culture rooted in personal growth and corporate values. They even have their own in-house university to train leaders. They promote from within, and their company values are displayed in every store, literally. Even during the pandemic, they kept most locations running and avoided mass layoffs, citing a responsibility to their team. This culture isn't just feel-good, it creates loyal employees and smooth customer service, which translates directly into repeat business. I also noticed that Panda Express doesn't rely on celebrity endorsements or Super Bowl ads. You won't see them trying to get Tom Brady. You won't see them trying to get Simu Liu or any of the Avengers trying to promote their products. Instead, they've built brand trust through consistency. You know you're gonna get a good meal every time you go to Panda Express. Their logo, packaging, and their stores all deliver the same message: reliable, Asian-inspired food at affordable prices. They're not trying to be a purely Chinese restaurant with chicken feet, with spare ribs and things like that. They're trying to be uniquely them, an American Chinese-inspired cuisine offering big portions at a decent and reasonable price. And because they're not a franchise, they can move quickly, whether it's trying out new dishes, redesigning stores, or testing ghost kitchens. They don't need anyone's permission. And that quickness and nimbleness has kept them ahead of trends while their competitors catch up. Their leadership has been remarkable and has really set the tone for the business and the overall direction moving forward. Panda Express proves that success doesn't come from being loud or with significant marketing. It comes from knowing your market, perfecting your product, and building a strong internal culture. With strong, tight controls on their food, their quality, and consistency, they've ensured a good experience and a good product time and time and again. And this is why they've been able to expand so quickly, and they've really developed, how would I say it? They've really developed kind of a cult following to some extent. You have some people that really love Panda Express. They'll try all the new dishes. They'll go once or twice a week. They have some very hardcore loyal fans. What do you think? Is Panda Express underrated? When was the last time you went to Panda Express? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And thank you for watching this breakdown of the success of Panda Express and some of the key factors that have really propelled the company's growth. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tune into more stories from BizOne. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.